So I'm going to make an interesting call here.
Okay.
What if, just as a hypothetical, Kokichi's the one under that press?
Mm.
And, like, Kaito is just, like, hiding out somewhere just coughing up blood. But, like, he shows up at the trial and it's like, okay, what the heck now? All our assumptions are useless.
Victim unknown.
But I was discarding the XL hand. Alright, if it was just Kaito, it would have just said Kaito. Just crushed it by the hydraulic press and is unidentifiable.
I mean, unless the whole point of this trial is that it's a mystery.
So which side of the jacket's poking out? Because... yeah, if it's like the side he didn't have his arm in, then, you know, that adds up. But if it's the other side where he did have his arm in, then where's the hand? I want to see it crushed by no matter who it is. But I have to. I have to know. Well, to be fair, we've already seen one crushed body. Well, I don't know, I guess we didn't see a person get crushed, though. Because Kaede.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not moving.
Why?
Yeah, I moved when I pressed it last time. Wait, the power cord's cut.
Nah, let's see about that.
So this is very suspicious now. Yeah, if it was just Kaido and, you know, they just had the sleeve out that was like, oh, hey, look, it's Kaido. Then, like, why'd they cut the power cord? Like, you would just open the press and see, like, Kaido. But, like, the fact that they cut implies it's not.
Before we can identify a suspect, we need to determine who the victim is.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been talking about something so obvious. What a pain.
Y'all been through so many of these class trials where the twists have been the wildest things ever. Why are you so willing to shut this down? Y'all stupid.
Well, like, the actual answer is that it's not Kaido. And if they, like, actually shut it down, then that'd be way too obvious and we'd go through the trial too quickly. Okay. Playing the tape.
I don't remember the tape exactly, but I assume it's vague. Okay, well, that's Kaido.
That seems like a very obvious cut. Can't look away from the truth.
Who's the victim?
Oh, I really just have to go now. So, victim, I'm like...
Who died?
That's a terrible Kaido impersonation. Most times we have points to Kaido.
What's the matter, Junichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be easy.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito.
Split opinion.
And they actually changed the background of the trial grounds and everything for it.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
It's not the usual thing.
Yeah, that's true. Then again, this is 3D, so it could probably just, you know...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also need to include the Exisol in the
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
cutscene. So they were probably like, well, we need to change the scene anyways, so we might as well make the courtroom match.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
It's Kokichi versus it's Kaito.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the Exisol. I got this! Unless he comes out of the Exisol, we can't confirm that.
Said that he can't leave the Exisol because he's injured.
There we go.
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim. Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito? Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt. I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
Man, that last one was like kind of dirty because they have like both Alive and Mastermind.
Well, that's where the challenge in the scrub debate is.
Yeah. If Kaido's in that effing robot and the game actively lied to us like that by like confirming our wrong assumption is true on like a 50-50 coin flip answer.
They switched places while the press and the camera were stopped. Then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Can only be one person.
Oh my god.
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means
Screw this game. Holy crap.
Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera. If the two of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito. So, the person inside the exosome isn't Kokichi, it has to be Kaito.
Like, I like Danganronpa as a series. So many of these trials have just been, like, so effing stupid.
How?
Well, it's like, case one lies to you. Cause, like, you know, you're playing as the killer. So it's like, it kind like, if it was just that, that'd be okay. That'd be annoying, but it'd be fine. I go through, like, well, I guess, like, one case where it's, like, you know, fair or something. And, like, what is it? It was, like, effing Correcchio's case where it's, like, you know, like, the killer is the dumbest choice possible. And, like, not a single person questions any part of it. And now we're here, where the game actively says, like, the right answer is the wrong option on a 50-50 chance, like, thing. Just screw off.
I really don't understand your complaint. It's a game all about, like, figuring out a mystery. The whole point of it is to not tell you exactly immediately.
There's a difference between, like, not telling you everything and actively lying to the player. Like, a fair mystery would be one where it's like you can go back through the second time through and see how everything makes sense. This is actively like, if you replayed this, it would not make sense. Because you would have to choose the wrong option.
Yeah, because that's how the characters are thinking.
That's stupid.
See, you say that, but I'm sitting here watching this for the second time and everything makes perfect sense. Of course the characters are thinking the way they are because that's the way Kaito and Kokichi set it up.
Like,
I'm literally an example of what you're talking about. Everything makes perfect sense.
well, it's not that it doesn't make sense for the characters to think this, but it doesn't make sense for the player to be like, oh, this is the right choice. Like, if you're going through, it's like, ideally, you know, what you'd want to do is, like, you know, something where it's like, you know, you can, like, pick the right options, and, you know, each thing would be you, like, you know, like, picking the right thing in the trial because you, like, figured out the answer.
Then you cut the class trial in like half.
Well, no you would, because, like, you know, like, if those are the only answers you give and you pick the right one every time, then, like, you know, you'd still be going bit by bit through the trial. But it's like, this is a case where you have to actively choose the wrong thing, because the game's really stupid and it wants to lie to you.
You know, you're picking the option that the characters think is the right option. You gotta remember, you're not like a self-insert for Shuichi. Shuichi's a character.
That's so effing dumb, though. Like, I'm supposed to be playing someone who's, like, figuring out the case.
Yeah, and he's
Let
following...
me pick the options that figure out the case.
He's following the evidence as it's presented to him. And he picked the logical answer according to the evidence. There's nothing actually stupid about this.
There was, like, no evidence, though. Like, either, there's, like, the video, but, like, we knew the video was bullcrap. And when I saw it, I was actively like, this looks like some bullcrap. Ah, that's so, like... Ah, that's so bad.
If you say so.
Like, go back to any of the other Danganronpa games, and, like, it'll be doing the thing I'm talking about, where it's like, yo, like, if you know what the right answer is, you can just go through and hit the right things, and you'll be fine. Because that's what, like, logically makes sense in the situation.
Are you trying to imply that no Danganronpa before this one has ever lied?
Like,
that all the characters have always
No. There is a big epic difference between the characters lying and the game lying. Like, that's a world apart from, you know, like, epic, like, the game actively being like, oh, hey, you have to pick this, like, thing that's not true. And the characters just, you know, lie, and you have to be like, oh, hey, you're full of crap. I need to, like, find the steps to prove you're full of crap.
Okay, but... Okay, so, like... mostly your hang-up is the decision earlier where it's like, oh, who's the victim? And then you choose Kaito because it seems like it's obviously Kaito. But then we've learned it's not. So, like... But there was no logical...
Like, it wasn't obvious, because it's like the video could have, like, potentially been, like, you know, screwed with in some way.
But it
was literally just like, you know, well, like, this guy sounds like Kokichi, and doesn't, like, seem like Kaito would do this. So, like, I don't know, I guess this kind of makes sense, but, like, it was a complete coin flip.
From the moment the video evidence was presented, it was confirmed that it wasn't
like,
edited.
I could have picked, like, you know, Kaito at that moment, and everyone would have just been like, what? No, you're stupid. And
because you
been
didn't...
like,
because
oh no, I made a mistake, even though there was no way for me to call out the video.
All the evidence at the time pointed to it being Kaito.
But we're learning that evidence was a lie, and it was wrong.
Yeah.
And there's no option to be like, oh hey, this seems fishy, maybe it's not true.
You didn't learn that until just now. Also, there is a way to pick the right answers if you do it right. There's the lie mechanic.
Like, how do I lie on that specific option?
I'm just, well, you have to do it during one of the mini, non-stop debates.
Like, I'm actually not sure why I would even lie on for that, like...
It's almost like you didn't have the evidence to know.
This is the game with the ultimate detective.
It's almost like you didn't... Yeah, a detective needs like, evidence.
It's like the game with the ultimate detective, and we're playing as the worst detective out of every protagonist so far.
How can he get...
Holy crap.
How can he come to a conclusion without the evidence? He was following the evidence presented, same as you were. That's why you don't know where to lie. That's why you couldn't skip ahead.
'Cause, like...
The game...
We did have an option to try and call out the thing, though. Because, like, what would you even have picked?
Why would you have chosen, at the time, what the evidence was suggesting was the obvious wrong answer?
If I had the choice, I definitely would have been like, yo, is there, like, a way this video could be wrong? Because that was, like, the like, big, like, you know, thing of the entire trial. Is this one piece of evidence submitted by a known liar who had, like, just... so many potentially, like, you know, potential, like, motives and stuff to try and, like, you know, screw with things or cover his track or what have you.
That's not how the story goes.
Like...
The game's following a script.
It's not how the story goes, but fuck that, it's stupid.
The game's following a script, same as every other game before it. And the script dictates that they don't find out any of this until now.
Like...
You're asking the game to be what it isn't. You're asking it to be what it never has been.
Like, if it did lead us to the wrong conclusion and make us actively pick the wrong answer, I would not be asking these things.